Today we'll have a lesson in Zen emptiness. There it is. Thank you for sharing. I must take an offering for you. That's why I messed up the emptiness for form, right? The form is emptiness, and emptiness is form, and that's a whole other Sunday. Today I'm talking about get happy. Joy. Joy, joy, joy. You bring my stuff over? Should have done this before, but you don't mind. Are you waiting?
No.
No, it won't take 10 minutes. It's okay. Some new props for the people who are getting tired of my old props. Stop clapping so hard.
We want the door.
Whatever you want. Here we go. Joy. Does that look like joy or what? Joy. Joy. I want you just to take a moment now just to look at your body. Just take a look at your body. Take a look at your arms. You see the outer surface of your body, your legs. Surface level, you see this. The deeper structure of the body, the deeper structures inside of the body, if you had X-ray eyes like Superman, as a little boy I certainly wished I had, you're able to take a look at those things inside that are common to all of us. Whatever culture we come from, we each have a heart, you got a couple of lungs, you got a liver, you've got 275 bones. When you look at the deeper structures of anyone, no matter what culture they come in, you find it's all the same, right? The deeper structure is the same. The surface way in which we dance in the world of using our bodies is different, but the deeper structures are the same. Everybody has a brain that pretty much works the same way. We think, we imagine, we image, and then we have words, and they become thoughts and deeds and actions. Everybody has a brain that works that way. That's true whether you're a Democrat, or a Republican, or a Libertarian, or an atheist, or a fundamentalist. It's true whether you were born in Africa, or Asia, or New York, or right here in Wilmington, North Carolina. You'll find that the deeper structures of who you are the same as everybody else. The same is true when we look at our wisdom and religious traditions. We find the deeper structures are exactly the same for all of them. The surface structures are different, but the deeper structure, the bones and flesh of what the masters came to teach are the same whether you're a Hindu, a Christian, a Muslim, or a Jew. It doesn't matter. The same principle, the same understanding that the masters had is present in every single one of our religious traditions. And in unity, what we are interested in is a direct experience of that in our lives. Do you want that? Well, there are 7 different things that are present in each one of the wisdom traditions. And do you want to know what those are? The deeper structures? Say, yes, I do, Pastor. Oh, Richard, please, make it sound different. Okay, and alive, I can do it. The first one is the 7 principles of the deeper structures of all traditions. 1, spirit exists. God is. Spirit is found where? Within you. I am. What do we call the I am that I am? We call it our Christ nature, our Buddha nature. 3, most of us don't realize the spirit within because we're living in a state of separation and duality. That is, we are living in a fallen or illusory state. We're stuck on the surface of things. 4, this is the good one now. 4, there is a way out of that fallen state of illusion. There is a path to liberation and awakening. Say hallelujah. Thank God that there is. 5, if we follow this path to its conclusion, the result is a rebirth or enlightenment, a great direct experience of the spirit within, the supreme liberation. 6, when we get the cosmic punchline, we experience an end of suffering, which will lead to much laughter and deep joy, and this may even include halos around your head at family gatherings and photo albums with your family. So be careful. 7, this experience of oneness will then translate into social actions of mercy, kindness, and compassion towards all beings. The outer work, your outer work, whatever it is, will be infused with an inner sense of deep, abiding peace and joy that you will take with you wherever you go. These are the 7 deeper structures of all of the world's religions. And in unity, we're interested in that direct experience. We were at Canoga, and one of my favorite things at Canoga is the labyrinth. The labyrinth, to me, anybody know about labyrinths? How many have walked the labyrinth and know about a labyrinth? There's one in town. To me, it's an outer symbol of our inner condition, the path of awakening that includes all of the 7 deeper structures. And I love to walk the mindfulness of the labyrinth outwardly and feel what it does for me inwardly. And you start off with an entrance into this beautiful path. And by the way, it is a path that only has one way in and one way out. Even though it can get confusing, the illusion, there's only one way in and one way out. It's called the path, and there are many different traditions that describe different ways and means for staying on the path, but the path is one. And you enter in and you start off with just a prayer, "Dear Lord, God of my being, however you speak to the beloved, I want to walk to the center and core of my being." And then you walk in with what our wonderful Sky St. John calls our negativity, our seductions, our delusions, and our attractions, right? They're all there. And you spend time allowing yourself to walk through. And then I find myself, when I'm there, particularly when I have a lot of time, which I did, I stop at a particular point when I reach something that I'm not at peace with, and I just let it go. And then continue the journey to the center, to the core, where God is and I am. That's the birthright. That's the work. That's what we have to do. That's our part. To embody it, we've got to go to the core of our own being, and we will find that all that God is, I am. And then you walk back out into the world, and you do what you do. And what blew my mind in the pamphlet was it said there's a real big difference between a maze and a labyrinth. A maze has lots of ways to get into it, and a maze is filled with what? Dead ends. You keep coming up against a dead end. You keep coming up against the same thing in the relationship with others with flesh on. You keep changing towns, you go to different work, you try a different teaching, and the same dead end comes up each time. That's a maze. That's amazing consciousness. We're all here either believing that the maze is our birthright or the path to enlightenment and awakening is you can't have one without the other. And we spend a lot of time in both, don't we? In the maze of coming up against those obstacles and those things that don't appear to work. And the beauty of you who are in this room is you are no longer amazed by the maze. You see it for what it is, and you're willing to say, oh, here's another dead end. Here I am, I'm up against this again with him. As she says this and he does that, and I react my old way. You see the maze, and you see the dead end of it, and then in that moment you get right back on the path again. Isn't that beautiful? And one of the most amazing ways to get out of the maze and shift to the labyrinth is the practice of joy, of happiness, of putting a smile back on your face. And an amazing teacher, again that word, Putai was actually the incarnation of the Buddha that you see with the big belly. You know that one? And a lot of people think it's just Buddha when he got older, middle-aged bulge, and he just got fat. That's not it. It's a totally different incarnation of the Buddha, the enlightened one. He's going from Buddha to Maitreya, from Siddhartha to Maitreya to this one called Putai. And the wonderful man that was teaching us when we were together, James King from Unity of Greenville, you definitely want to see him when you're there. He talked about the cosmic joke, getting the cosmic joke. So when Putai sat, maybe he had some books left over from Siddhartha's legend, I don't know, but he sat and he got real serious about his practice, and he breathed in and breathed out, and he spent just years sitting and struggling to find the meaning of life. Find the meaning of why he was here. He just sat with it, very serious. I'm going to get this. I'm going to struggle. I know I can do it. I want to be enlightened. Anybody relate to this? I want it to happen. If I just tighten up even more and think more positive thoughts and take another workshop and I'll figure this out. Oh, please come to all of ours. One more CD, one more class series, one more book, I'll get it. And finally, he just let all that go. And he began to laugh. He realized life has no meaning. life has no meaning. It is meaningless. The only meaning your life has is the meaning you give to it. And he started to laugh hysterically. He could not stop laughing. He got the cosmic punch. Oh, meaning, I have to find meaning. And he just started to laugh. And his joy became contagious. It's meaningless. We all run around. We think, oh, my life is so meaningful. This has such meaning for me. We think people spend all their time thinking about our meaningful life. Nobody cares about your life. Except for a few moments when they touch you. They're not spending their whole day thinking about you. They're spending their whole day thinking about who? Me, myself, and I. The meaning we walk around in this cloud of ignorant self that thinks somehow, oh, this is so meaningful, I could just figure this out, is more of the maze consciousness of staying stuck and thinking that it's anything other than the joy that is already present right here and now. So Bhutai, he got it. He got the cosmic punchline. And he went out into the world for another 60 years and just laughed. He was the Asian Santa Claus. He would bring gifts of joy and abundance and generosity. Everywhere he went, he just gave himself away. And you know, when you're around someone who's joyous like that, what does it do for you? It makes you feel better. It makes you feel more joyous. It makes you feel like it's not that much of a struggle. We're making it too what? Hard, difficult. So James King talked about this ecstasy. This bliss of conscious ecstasy. And the way to get into ecstasy is through a good old-fashioned belly laugh. Look at you guys, you're so serious. Oh, I can't laugh. You know what I came in here with. I've got these problems, I've got insurance, and I've social security, and I've got this bump and lump in my body, or I may have one tomorrow. Oh, it's so serious. This work is just so darn serious. Please, give someone a break. Laugh today. Laugh. Stop taking everything so seriously. Look at you're better now, right? Look at you. You come to this church and you got all this luggage. I see you coming in, some people walk, oh man, I can't believe it. I wonder what he's going to talk about that. I've got problems, situations. So different from last week, right? Oh boy, they're real problems now. Let me tell you about it, they're really serious. The economy, oh, this election. Oh man, you hear those speeches? Oh, they're about equal with the poll. Oh, what am I going to do? Always me. What are you going to do? It's going to do what it does. It always does. You'll vote for who you want to, and you'll stay in joy. If you're practicing, or you'll be disappointed again, whether you're on this side or that side. It won't really even matter, will it? Laughter, joy, ecstasy. Ecstasy, right? The ocean of ecstasy. James did that, and I went, oh, there is a talk here. And then Sky St. John gave us another great technique for riding on the sea of ecstasy. It was beautiful. He said, when you're caught in a maze, in a haze, purple maze all in my brain. Lately things don't seem the same. I feel funny, but I don't know why. Excuse me, well, you feel funny? Of course you do. You're stuck in a maze and a dead end again. You think sometimes that will deliver and it didn't again. Good for you for seeing that. He gave us the technique that when you're caught in the maze in the purple haze of your own brain, make it bigger. I love this now. This is your assignment this week. Make it bigger. Make it larger, right? Make it bigger. Make it into the biggest thing you can think of. Really bring it out, because what happens when we get in the maze is we get stuck, we think the illusion is real, we think we contract, we react, we push it down, and our poor body, it doesn't know what's going on. Well, you were happy a minute ago. What happened? Oh, I just thought about something, and somebody said something, and now I feel terrible about myself. You make it bigger. You really exaggerate it, not to someone else, but to yourself. You just make it bigger. And then, in the end, I'm telling you, I practiced this at least 10 times since the retreat. You start laughing. You get the cosmic punchline. I'm making this up. I'm giving this all the meaning it has for me. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Oh, isn't that a new thing that I do every day of my life? Come on. Make it bigger. So after we got done with our sharings, Maureen and I, and we really felt that everything really went well. It was Wednesday about 12 o'clock or so, and we had done everything we could do. And all I ever ask of myself in this work is that I show up 100% for what I was delivering. And if I feel like I did that and I was there for that, then I feel good about it. And whatever people like or don't like, it's not up to me. But we really felt good. We felt like a lot of people got the cosmic punchline, and it really worked for them, and it worked for us. Some people don't, and I get that, that's okay. It's about how I feel about it that matters. Isn't that true? Your relationship is always with yourself, loving yourself, no matter what either happens or doesn't happen. And so in that moment, I felt really, really full and complete, and I was really glad to be done with my sharings, because then Maureen and I could go about doing what we love to do, which is being with people one-on-one, and just hanging out with them. So Maureen did the golf cart, I did the golf cart. You had 10, 20, 30 people you take up and down, you connect with everybody. We went and played in the water, we swam, we had deep conversations with people, we laughed, we cried. It was terrific. And I was just feeling, yeah. You know when you feel like you did a job well done, and by the way, you'll get that at the end, no matter how bad your life seems, God's version of you will be, you did a good job. Maybe you did a good job of being miserable, but you did a good job. You got misery down well. Good for you. Now, here's another side of it. It felt good. Thursday morning, I'm going into the labyrinth again, entering into the joy of the moment. I start walking the labyrinth, and I get to a certain spot, and one thought throws me into the maze, the purple haze again. It's the thought, you don't have anything ready for Sunday. You don't have a talk ready for Sunday. What do you mean taking the day off? Get on that iMac and start writing a talk. Come on, let's go, let's go. You can't have a day off. And so I made it bigger. Oh, why can't I have a day off? I want to be here with the Canuga. It's always about me, and I've got to do more work. And oh, woe is me, and I gave it the office, and I have nothing else to say. I made it bigger, and I started laughing hysterically at that, making it bigger. Do you hear that now? You make it bigger until you realize it's just delusion. And the bubble bursts, and there's nothing but joy inside. I'm in the shower, hanging out. And I'm down in the shower. Edit that out of the YouTube. Well, I can say so many inappropriate things right now. Hanging out gets easier as I get older, but we will talk about that. That's another talk altogether about the body. So I'm in the shower. And I'm looking for the towel. I'm done in the shower. And my towel is not hanging there because they cleaned the room and the towels are on the bed. So I'm standing there going, and I said the S word really loud and went, damn, I've got to get out of there and wet the floor. They just cleaned it and get my towel. Oh, now you have to get out of the shower and wet the floor. What a big deal. You're going to get water on the floor. And then you have to spend 13 seconds cleaning it up. Oh, big deal. And I started to laugh. Went back into the sea of ecstasy. You make it bigger. Make it bigger, make it bigger so it doesn't get trapped in your body. So much of it gets pushed down and shoved down, and then it gets trapped in your body, and then you end up projecting in inappropriate ways on other people. If you make it bigger within yourself, it works. I want to give you a warning, however, on this technique, because I failed it twice this week. I started to notice that my making it bigger often got into a loud shouting match with Maureen. Why don't you get bigger with this? 2 times she said to me very clearly, I don't think that's what Sky meant by you making it bigger, by noticing me when I wasn't. That's not it. It's not about noticing what Donna just said. Why don't you get bigger with this? Why don't you be more truthful? And you practice what you talk about on Sunday. No, it's not about noticing with a razor-sharp, egoic, tooth mind. Hey, wait. And so I laughed. I saw that. I made that bigger in myself. And I saw it. But this technique will save you along the way with whatever it is that you're doing. We're out there retreating. The beds were too hard, right? Were those beds hard or what?
Yes, they were.
I woke up one morning and I hated the bed I was sleeping in. I hate you, bed. I hate this bed. I hate this bed. It's just a mattress and a bed. Some people don't have a bed at all. They sleep on the floor on a mat. What's wrong with you? Got bigger with it. And what was there? Joy. Laughter. and all of a sudden it was gone. It was released. Joy is always present. And it's only just a moment away. And a lot of what you can do with your physical body is trigger the joy response. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Make it big as you want to make it. Don't project it onto somebody else. And you'll watch that right beneath that, there is this incredible joy, a deep, deep, abiding presence of joy. Let you get out of yourself and into your true self. It's a beautiful practice. Yes, That's what we're here for. Ecstasy. It's not as hard as we're making it to be. Yes? Ecstasy. I want to end with this incredible lesson summation. If you blow all the lights out for me right now, put them all down. Some of you have seen this before. We showed it about a year ago here. But this is the lesson summation that will set you free. Make it loud.
Have we made our explanation too complicated? I've been studying your work since 1990. I'm trying really hard to remember your words, and so we want to give them to you in an easier to remember format. Get happy. In any way you can. If you have to run away from home, do it. If you have to go to the beach every day, do it. Do anything that you can do to get happy. In most cases, it does not involve action, because in most cases, if you take action in your effort to get happy, some boom drops on you, like you get fired and then you don't have any money or something like that. Get happy in your mind. Find a way to make such peace with where you are that you allow your gap to close. That's what getting happy is. It's making peace with where you are, because if you make peace with where you are, this vortex that is spinning will suck you right into the perfection of all of it. Get happy. Simplistic, we know, that's why we write so many books. But then all of those books, you say, oh, there's so much to learn. Look at all of these pages, there's so much to learn. All of these emotions that I didn't even know that I had. All of these laws, look at all of these laws. Universal laws, what in the hell is vibration anyway? I don't understand. Ask and it is given. That's bullshit. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? I've been asking, where's my stuff? So we give you all the words and you say, way too many words, and we say, get happy, and you say, oh, too simplistic. And we say, really, all you got to do is just find a reason to feel good. In other words, that conversation we just had, that was better than the whole seminar put together. You laughed, you know it's true. There isn't anything that is written here that you didn't know the day you were born. We're just reminding you of it. You can tell every time you enter into a conversation that you know isn't going well for you. You can feel it. You can feel when you're defeating yourself. You can feel when you're bolstering yourself. You can feel when you're uplifting another. You can feel when you're deflating another. You know this stuff. No, you know this stuff. You have just, over time, lowered your standards about how you're willing to feel. You've gotten used to being angry. You're not deliberate about feeling good because you don't understand the power of feeling good, you see. We're not talking about laughing hee-haw off the wall. We're talking about feeling interested in things. We're talking about waking up and being glad that you're awake and glad that you're alive and looking out across the landscape and wanting to see what's there. We're talking about seeing things and feeling interested in them. We're talking about having a conversation with someone across the table and devouring every word and loving the conversation that you're having. We're talking about looking into the eyes of children and babies and animals and lovers and feeling the fullness of who you are. We're talking about getting tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and seeing the world through the eyes of your total self rather than this fragmented one, you see. Just chill out.
You see, this makes it big, right?
Yeah.
This is what it's about. This is what it's about. Riding on the waves of ecstasy. Not connected to any particular position or thing. It either goes or doesn't go your way. It's not as hard as we're making it out to be. Here's your assignment this week. Find as many ways as you can to get happy. Joy is the sure sign of the presence of God. Amen.